Gallstones. Well, gallstones is one of the conditions that affect gallbladder a lot. And when people have gallbladders, the stones in the gallbladder, which is very painful, they are rushed to the hospital. They have the gallbladder removed. But it's not the fault of the gallbladder, but we got to ask why the gallstones were formed. We're going to see that very shortly. But what is the gallbladder? Gallbladder is just a container that contains the bile. The liver produces the bile. The bile is very, very important because the bile breaks down any fatty food that you eat to extract the fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, and K, which are very, very important for the body, for the brain, for immune system, for bone, for our eyes, for heart. So that's very, very important to have this bile. So imagine you have your gallbladder removed and the liver produces the bile. Ask yourself, where is the bile going? And at the time it's needed, you'll not get it. So you got to have your gallbladder intact. If you got stones, you got a solution, natural way to break down the stones and flush it out. And most importantly, we find out why you got the stones. Right. There are other conditions, of course, that affect the gallbladder, like inflammation of the gallbladder itself, or gallstone pancreatitis. That is, the pancreas is inflamed. Because of that, it has an effect on the gallbladder as well here. And in the rare case, sometimes some individuals may have gallbladder cancer too. So these are conditions that may affect the gallbladder, but the most common condition is the gallstones. But how do we know the symptoms or the signs that an individual got gallbladder problems? Normally everything happens on the right side because that's where the liver is, and the gallbladder is just right, it sits right under the liver on the right side, on the upper abdomen. So normally, to recognize that you have a problem with your gallbladder, you may take note of the following here, that you may have upper right abdomen pain. Sometimes it's a mid-abdomen pain. And this pain may also radiate to your shoulder, or it could be a pain in between your shoulder blades. Okay, take note of these symptoms. And sometimes the individual will eat fatty meal, and they also, immediately you eat a fatty meal, you have pain. And you may also experience nausea and sometimes even vomit. You may feel feverish and chills. And your poop, excuse me to say, your poop will be, the color is light colored. It's not a regular color. And when the disease moves forward or advances a little bit, the individual may experience jaundice. That is the yellowing of your skin and the whites of your eyes. So these are the symptoms that you have a gallbladder issue. But let's come to the main point here. Who gets gallstones, or what are the causes of gallstones? Number one problem is being overweight, being a man or woman. But women in general are more likely to develop gallstones. That is based on research. People who are overweight may have more cholesterol because of inflammation that will activate the liver to produce more cholesterol, and more cholesterol in your bile can cause gallstones. Another thing or connection with weight is that when you have too much weight, most people with their weight problem, they have bigger gallbladder. If you have a bigger gallbladder, there's a structural problem and it wouldn't function well. It wouldn't squeeze out the bile well, and the bile can concentrate and then form the stones. And those individuals that they got a weight problem but they want to lose weight very quickly, if you want to lose weight very quickly, research has also shown that it can also lead to gallstone formation. Another point that we have to pay attention to is that too much production of bilirubin. What is bilirubin? Bilirubin is a chemical that's produced when your body breaks down the red blood cells. What are red blood cells? They are the cells which carries oxygen around. So if your liver is not working well because of some disease affecting it, like liver cirrhosis or hepatitis or any infection there, that can make the liver to produce too much bilirubin, and too much bilirubin will definitely lead to gallstone formation. So you got to have healthy liver that sometimes you need to cleanse the liver, and many people don't do that. And then another cause here is that among the women is a hormonal imbalance. If the woman got high estrogen will normally cause too much inflammation, which will trigger more production of cholesterol by the liver, and that can concentrate and cause, of course, gallstones. And if the woman also has high levels of progesterone, that's another hormone that will definitely slow down gallbladder contraction. You see, the gallbladder should contract and like squeeze itself to release the bile. But if you have a woman got too much progesterone, it slows down the contraction, and that can also contribute to gallstone formation. Genetics is something about 3-5%, but all depends even on you, on that individual. If the individual lifestyle and nutrition is all right, that gene will lie low for the rest of the person's life. So genetic is not a real thing here. Bone marrow or solid organ transplant. If you had an organ transplant, there is a high risk of you getting gallstones. Diabetes also can create condition for gallstone. Diabetes is everywhere. And then if an individual also has been fed through that, we call that intravenous feedings, that is nutrition through a vein for a long period of time, that can also lead to gallstones. A woman taking birth control pills also, of course, risk of getting the gallstones too. But not only that, if you are a woman taking birth control pills, you risk of getting breast cancer. So take note of that. If you're listening to me for the first time, my name is Dr. James. All right, and if you need some more information, you can join me on my YouTube channel. Just put in Dr. James, that's natural link. Dr. James, that's natural link. You go there. There are a lot of presentations there, and then go there and share and subscribe, and then click the like button to support us. And God will bless you. Share the presentation. There, be a blessing to somebody. If you have a disease that has been bothering you in your body for long, we call that chronic diseases. Don't sit there. If you have gallstones, gallstone problems, don't allow anybody to remove your gallbladder. There is a medicine to flush out the stones and prevent reoccurrence. If you're calling outside the UK, just call +44 738 464 7300. Calling within the UK is 0738 464 7300. Thank you so much